Good morning. At 7 a.m. we're going to go ahead and start the operational briefing. This is the operational briefing for the LNU Lightning Complex for September 9th, 0700 to September 10th, 0700. My name is Jeff Wyndham, Plant Section Chief for Incident Management Team 2. I'd like to ask everyone to turn off your cell phones, your radios, and take any side conversations out of the building. Also, please ensure you're wearing your masks and providing for social distancing during the briefing. And this briefing is being broadcast on CDF TAC 27 as well as YouTube. You can get to the YouTube channel by scanning the QR code on the cover of your IEP. We'll go ahead and start with the situational update with Night Operations, Brian McAvoy.
Good morning, folks. Brian McAvoy with a situational update. Overall, Wall Bridge is looking really, really well. We'll start in Division India. That looks very good. They continue for calls of service in there. Obviously still mopping up in there, doing great work. Lima as well is looking real well. They had that little slot the other night went for about 20 acres. They got line hose all the way around that. Continue to work on that as well with calls of service. The Wild Hog Mountain still continues to burn out. Some of the smoke that you're going to see today is still coming off of that. But that's just doing its work. It's working through that, so that's a big piece. We just need to keep monitoring and keep working and pushing through that. Into Bravo, still quite a few calls for service in there. Inside the park area is looking real well, but there's definitely some work to be completed in there as well. Foxtrot, up at the Bungee Bridge area, we had that swapped for about 80 acres. They've got hose, they got line around that. They're going to continue to push crews in there and work on that for the rest of the day. That is looking very well. So have a safe day, Dave.
For our management objectives, we're going to provide for emergency personnel and public safety at all times, ensure COVID-19 precautions and best practices are met at all times, protect property improvements and infrastructure, ensure coordinated, timely, and accurate release of public information, foster and maintain relationships with all cooperators and stakeholders, protect economic, natural, cultural, and heritage resources, and maintain fiscal accountability and keep costs commensurate with values of risk. For Branch 10, we're going to keep the fire north of the Russian River, south of Kelly Road, east of King Ridge Road, and west of Dry Creek Road. For Branch 20, 25, 30, and 40, we're going to keep the fire north of Highway 12, south of Highway 20, east of Highway 29, and west of Highway 16 and Sand Creek Road. Now with incident weather, incident meteorologist Scott Carpenter.
Good morning. So the first thing I want to mention is that the red flag that's been in effect, mainly impacting over on the Hennessy fire where the winds were a lot stronger, that ends at 8 a.m. this morning, so not an issue today. Overnight, we did see a better marine push into Bravo and Lima, up to about 900 to 1,000 feet, with temperatures down in the 50s. Up higher, though, above 1,000 feet, we're still seeing humidities in the teens all night long, 15 to 20%, and temperatures in the lower 70s. So that leads to today, we're going to still have some pretty warm temperatures up higher, we'll get up into right around 90 degrees, and we'll see some warming even as the marine layer gets pushed back out this morning, back up into the lower 80s for a brief period this afternoon. Real light and terrain-driven winds this morning, and then we're going to see a push from onshore winds coming from the southwest. Light winds coming in this afternoon. That's going to give us improving humidities through the afternoon and into the evening hours. And with that, have a good day.
Fire behavior analyst Robert Clark.
All right, good morning. If I could have everybody turn to page 5 in their IEP and review the fire behavior forecast. What we have today is we have a great opportunity today to take advantage of this cooler, moisture weather to be able to go in and put this thing to bed. Fire activity across the state and entire West Coast is extreme, with large acreage have been burnt in the last 2 days. Unprecedented amounts. So what I want to ask everybody here is to keep your head on a swivel. The potential exists still on our incident, even with the more humid conditions and cooler weather, for active fire behavior. For any new ignition outside the perimeter or in the area, you can expect to be very resistant to control. So keep that in mind if you're out there and asked to go to new IA starts. There is still heat on the interior of the Wallbridge fire. Islands will continue to smoke and have the chance to become active and throw spots outside into the receptive fuels outside. So once again, please brief your crews on the fire behavior forecast. Have a safe shift. Thank you.
Day operations, Chris Waters, and resource unit leader Stan Atchison, with roll call and work assignments.
Hey, good morning. For all resources on branches 20, 25, 30, and 40, roll call will take place at the Calistoga Base Camp after this briefing. So we'll start with branch 10, Marshall Turnerville. Here. Division Bravo, Derek Shepard. Here. For Division India Lima, leader will be Chris Aragon. For Fire Suppression Repair West, Doris Van Goyzenhoven. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about the Wallbridge first. For those folks over there, MAPA patrol, and they continue to support those calls for service in cooperation with the local unit as that thing continues to burn down. As we move over to the Wallbridge side, or first we'll start with Myers. There's still a few smokes showing up. Our engine that's assigned to that locally will be taking care of that. On the Wallbridge, again, MAPA patrol, calls for service, and again, trying to project that positive image. Continuing to cut out this area up here in that Delta Foxtrot country where we have indirect line and a couple of those slopovers. Division Lima, we all know that that was a fairly dirty burn when we first lit it, however long ago it was. Still going to be some smoke coming out of there. The big thing is to make sure that we're not going to lose any of our perimeter. Also, there's a lot of things going on around the state, and there's a lot of pressure on resources. A lot of our resources may not be there tomorrow. We don't know what's going on. Suppression repair day, when you're out here on the Wallbridge, is to focus on what your task is, because there's still a significant number of hazards out there. The fire's still moving around, it's still hot. Fire damaged trees, snags, hot stump holes, and all those other things that go with working in this timber type are going to be out there. So please, stay focused. Thank you.
Air Operations Branch Director Mike Deacon.
Good morning, everyone. Mike Deacon, Air Operations. Today's operations will include 2 Type 1 helicopters, 1 Type 2 helicopter, and we have Healdsburg Helibase now over the afternoon. Very challenging flight conditions up here in Foxtrot, so don't count on getting aircraft in. Also, keep air to ground up. At least have someone on your crew with air to ground so the Helco or one of the helicopters can tell you. Appreciate it.
Medical Unit Leader Josh Clark.
Morning, thank you. Please look at your 206 on page 24 for any review. Continue to support your crews. We have CalMat here at the base if you need it. Ambulances and crews are strategically placed throughout the fire if you have any needs for your crews on the incident. Continue to review your 9-line. I have pocket cards if you need them, and continue to support the safety and health of those around you. Thank you.
Communications Unit Leader John McCormick.
Hey, good morning. Let's turn to our comp plan on page 25-26. You guys are going to notice we have no change in the west and no changes in the east though, but 27 we should check out whether it's through the Calistoga or Santa Rosa. We need to get those back as soon as possible. With that, have a safe shift.
Safety Officer Ryan Danielson.
Good morning. I'd like to start off with commending you all for being three weeks well into this thing and having a excellent safety record as to the size and complexity of the incident. So obviously we battled heat-related issues. We're working in steep terrain. We have hazard trees. Everything that you can imagine exists on this incident, and so far so good. So please continue to brief your crews, keep everybody engaged, fight that complacency and fatigue. Very important to do your basic daily checks. As far as COVID-19 is concerned, we're long into this. There's probably not much end in sight. I hate to do the doom and gloom, but one way we can protect ourselves is when we are doing those briefings, if we can't maintain the distancing, everyone needs to have a mask on. Please continue and keep up on your good hygiene. We are battling it, and who knows when we're going to get a day off. So with that, have a good shift. Thank you.
For demo, if you do not find yourself in the IEP, please check the demo list prior to going to unassigned resources. If you were at the incident as a trainee, please ensure that you closed your training assignment out with the training technical specialist so that we can ensure that you get credit for the incident. For finance, page 34 and 35 in your incident action plan. And now Jeremy Ron with public information.
Good morning. Just a couple changes just to make sure everybody's aware. First and foremost, anybody that's viewing this update, this is designed for firefighters here. So there's some terminology that may be different, but if there is clarification, if anybody could please call 707-967-4207. Just a brief update, all evacuations were lifted last night. So that is new for this morning on the information we're sharing. And then also our acreage has been adjusted due to more accurate mapping. The overall size of this complex is 363,220 acres, and we're now at 92%. More specifically, as we get down the Hennessy fires at 305,651 acres at 92, and our fire here at the Wall Bridge is currently at 55,209 acres at 95%. Please have a safe day. We do have information, officers roving in the area, so if you do come across any media or public that could use some extra information, please refer them to the phone number, or you can call it yourself. We'll get somebody out there. Thank you. Have a safe day.
Team 2, Incident Commander.
Technical challenge. There we go. Good morning. All right. Good morning. Hey, I just want to start off with a couple things, you guys. What you've done over here on the west zone over here has been, you guys have done some work over here, and we appreciate it. On behalf of Chief Jones, the Sonoma Lake Napa unit, all the employees and the communities, this is a large incident in itself that we've had. I mean, I know it's been over here, it's been isolated over in Sonoma County, but every one of you that's been assigned over here has been critical. This is a tough piece of ground, and we realize that. Chief Waters has hit on a couple of things, and I'm going to go over those again. We've got to take advantage. The weather has treated us well compared to what else is going on in the rest of the state. We've been pretty fortunate the last 24, 36 hours, and hopefully that's going to continue. We've got to take advantage of the weather over here, and that just not for the Wall Bridge, but the entire complex. The reason for that is there is so much fires, new fires that are starting, the stress with resources, with personnel. Everybody in here is probably going to end up somewhere else. And as soon as we get wrapped up over here, it's important that we get this thing in a good position to be able to turn it back over to the local unit to where it's going to be able to handle it. We're going to be messing with it probably till it rains, and we know that. But we've got to get this fire at the Wall Bridge in a position to where it's going to be very manageable and where nothing's going to come out and cause us an issue later on for the unit. I know you guys are tired. We're going on over 3 weeks for all of us on this entire complex. You have to understand, the communities, everybody that's looking is very proud. I'm proud to be part of this entire complex and to be the IC for this thing. It's been rough, trust me, it's tough ground. But everybody has done a phenomenal job here, and we just need to continue that. So as we move forward, take care of yourselves. We're going to try to get this wrapped up in the next couple of days as the team and transition it over to the unit on Friday. That's our goal. Because everybody's going to end up somewhere else. We got to get people rested, and because you're going to end up moving. I don't know where that's going to be, but trust me, it's going to be somewhere else. So, with that, you guys also talked about the trees. Please be safe when you're out there. Use your situational awareness. It was good. We got that contained to 20 acres, and that's a good thing. So, you guys have a safe day. Thank you.
Some closing comments. Branch and division breakouts are here in this room, starting with Bravo here, working around the room to Lima with unassigned resources to my right with Stan. Next planning meeting is at 1600 at Calistoga. Next operational briefing will be here in Calistoga at 0700. Please turn on your electronic devices.